Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. For today's video, I really want to start a discussion on what we can expect to see in Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock. So if you haven't heard by now, the filmmakers have been filming something with animatronics in the forests of Ireland. While some people have assumed that this would be early photography for Jurassic World 3, I'm pretty certain that this is going to be footage for the new short film that's slated to come out very, very soon. While we've gotten a few sneak peeks at what will actually be in the movie, most notably the new Allosaurus and the Pseudoceratops toys that have been popping up in the wild, we don't really have any sort of grasp on what the runtime, story, or action will really be. And because it's something that's right around the corner, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper and see if we can prepare ourselves for the film at hand. So the first and possibly most unknown thing about the short is what the plot is actually going to be. The title, Battle at Big Rock, suggests that a fight's going to break out. And since both the Allo and the Pseudo have this new insignia on their boxes, I don't think it's too crazy to speculate that these guys might be the ones doing the fighting. But why do they happen to fight? Could it be that the dinosaurs just suddenly meet up with one another in the wild and go at it? Or could this be something that was actually orchestrated, or at least involving that certain unnamed character that's coming back from the movies? Could the returning Jurassic World actor we've talked about recently have something to do with these dinosaurs attacking each other? I think that's very possible, but I can't really say how they'd be involved. Something that was cut from Fallen Kingdom yet still made its way into the junior novelization happened to be some dialogue that talked about dinosaur cage fighting. Somebody at the auction wanted to buy a couple of carnivores and make them fight one another. Think of it as a real-life application of Warpath from the PS1 days. So I don't think it's too crazy to believe that this might be why the Pseudo and Allo end up fighting in Battle at Big Rock, but it could also very well just be a prehistoric meetup that goes wrong in the wilds of the populated world. And with that being said, I feel like runtime plays an important role in that conversation as well. How long is Battle at Big Rock going to be? Unfortunately, I don't really think it's going to be too extensive. In fact, I can't help but think that this short won't last much longer than around 10 minutes. I know that sounds really minuscule in the grand scheme of things, but due to the fact that movies like to put around 20 minutes of previews before you actually see the feature presentation, I can't wrap my head around somebody putting Battle at Big Rock in front of a bigger production and that short film's runtime eating up space for either advertising or the 2-hour movie's duration. I personally don't think it will be anywhere near something like, let's say, 30 minutes, but it's still pretty early to honestly tell. I have to admit, though, that with them taking the time to actually film a dinosaur story live action with practical and hopefully extensive CG effects, I think it might be odd to see anything less than a 10-minute short. Whatever it ends up being, it's definitely going to be a much more leaner and meaner Jurassic experience when compared to the big chapters in the saga. And with that out of the way, I want to talk about something that I don't see too many people really bringing up at all right now. And that is, who is going to be directing this thing? We've gotten confirmations on filming locations, dinosaurs involved, and even the types of special effects that they're going to use. But we don't really have any clues to determine who's going to be behind the camera, which is kind of weird in my opinion. But if you go back to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom's second trailer that debuted with the Super Bowl in 2018, you'll recall that another Jurassic commercial aired alongside it. This was of course the really popular Ian Malcolm Jeep commercial that featured a Tyrannosaur chasing down Jeff Goldblum in the woods. The whole thing was clearly made as an homage to the second film, and they even added in a small bit of the Lost World soundtrack at the end of the chase. Needless to say, it shouldn't surprise anybody to learn that the commercial's director was none other than Colin Trevorrow, which leads me to believe that he's pretty deep into the whole Jurassic lifestyle to go out of his way to shoot a simple Jeep commercial with Malcolm. So yes, in my opinion, the most logical choice for Battle at Big Rock's director is Colin Trevorrow. With the filmmaker's home being in Europe, it kind of also makes sense for him to just take a short trip to Ireland in order to shoot this thing. But another location that happens to be pretty close to Ireland should be talked about as well, because another former Jurassic director lives in Spain. This puts J.A. Bayona pretty close to the Ireland production. Since Battle at Big Rock directly follows the events of Fallen Kingdom, I think it wouldn't be too much of a stretch for Bayona to come back and film this short for the franchise. Whether or not he did, though, is up in the air. We really have no clue. I find it extremely hard to believe that they just hire some random person to helm this short film, but who knows. If it is an outside director that hasn't worked in the series before, I think it's very possible for someone like Gareth Edwards or Jordan Vogt-Roberts to step up to the plate, seeing as how they're all pretty good friends with Colin Trevorrow. Hell, they all even showed up together at the Jurassic Park 25th anniversary event that I live-streamed last year. And we can't forget about Emily Carmichael, who's actually helping Colin write Jurassic World 3. She's directed a few shorts herself, so this might be tailored to her strengths. Bottom line, I'm going in expecting it to be someone who's already worked in the franchise before, and if it isn't, it's more than likely going to be one of Colin's close friends. Whatever the short ends up being, here's what I think we really need to expect. Be prepared for a Jurassic Park story that's around 10 to, 15 minutes in length, that involves a battle between two different dinosaur species. Expect to see one returning character, my guess is still going to be Dr. Wu, and the likelihood of this being helmed by past Jurassic World alumni is something that I think is really high. But as always, these are all just my own personal thoughts on the subject, and I'd love to know what all of you guys think. Who do you think is going to be directing Battle at Big Rock, and how long do you think it's going to be? Also, do you think this short film will be necessary for people to see before they go into Jurassic World 3? That's something that I think is really unpredictable at this moment in time. But hey, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. It really means the world to me that all of you continue to watch my videos, and I never want any of you to forget that. Now, I'd like to thank all of you for watching today's video, and hope you all enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like, and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. See you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.